Hi, I'm Marianne from Body and Core Pilates, and today I'm going to take you through some exercises that you can do with your Fit For resistance bands, which were your little bonus addition to the purchase of your weighted bands. Now you can use the weighted bands along with the stretchy bands, entirely up to you. You can double up, or you can simply use the bands on their own. I'll just use them on their own. You will have 3 different sizes and strengths of bands, so you'll realise that some will stretch more than others. So you can adapt your workout to however you feel, and as your strength improves, you can perhaps try the bands with a little bit more resistance. It just means that you have to engage the muscles that little bit harder. Or if you just want to get the maximum out of a short period of time, you can again use the maximum resistance band to whatever you feel is best for your body. They're a great little addition to your standard workouts. They're very, very versatile. You can pop them into your case, into your hand luggage. They're something that you can use to exercise most of the muscles in the body. So it's almost like a little traveling gym that you can have in your luggage at any time. You can do the exercises, some of them you can do seated. They're excellent for injury recovery and rehabilitation. It just means that you've got that resistance. You can slowly build up the strength, but you're not using momentum. So there's a lot more control as you engage the muscles, which means that there's less likelihood of injury as you strengthen the body and strengthen the muscles. They've got that added toning benefit. You're using the resistance. You're also going to be engaging and focusing on the muscle groups that you're exercising at any particular time. Just that little bit more. So they help you get more out of your workout. You will have 3, as I said. You can not just double up with the weighted bands, you can double up with the bands themselves. If you want to have one band in your hands and the other one around the legs for various exercises, that's something that by all means go ahead and do. But you don't need to have double bands at any point. I can tell you the points where that might be something that you want to do. So I will start just with one band. And we'll take that band just above the wrists. So we want to have it just above the wrists. So we're going to be working the forearms here, engaging the upper body muscles. We'll find our alignment. So feet are hip bone distance apart, second toe and knee in line. Knees softly bent so that we're not going to be locking out those knee joints. Just a soft bend there so we're protecting the lower spine. We'll just draw in. So you've got that nice strong connection down the front of the body, and think about lifting up tall. Arms through the loop, and we're just going to keep the shoulders low. So just give the shoulders a roll, keep the shoulder blades low down the back, and we'll take an inhale through the nose and really rise the arms up above the head. Draw the shoulders up to the ears and then drop them, and we want to keep them in that dropped position. Now exhale, we'll think about engaging the core muscles. Gently press into the loop. Pull it as if you were pulling it apart as you take the arms down. So you feel the muscles in the upper body, the upper arms and back engage. Inhale, filling the lungs. Exhale, pressing apart and taking it down. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, pressing into the band and taking it down. So we're really thinking about stabilizing your torso as we're moving the arms. Exhale, press out into the band, lowering it down, and as you come down, think about growing taller. A couple more of these. Now, any of these exercises you can do on their own. You can choose to do them as part of your own routine. You can increase the repetitions as you feel you're getting stronger, or depending how much time you have, or you can do a few different sets of the exercises as well. We'll do one more. Inhale, doing up. Exhale, abs engage, taking it down, growing taller. Float the arms back up to shoulder height, relax the shoulders, and we'll gently press out. So pulsing out and pulse, pulse and pulse, pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Breathe in and exhale, lower the arms down. You can the loop away, give the arms just a little bit of a shake. We'll take the loop above the ankle here. So we're not on the ankle bone, just above and standing, so your feet will probably be slightly wider than hip bone distance apart. Now we're going to work on the balance, but we're also going to work on the core, on the stabilizing muscles, getting them firing up. So we'll take a breath in and rise up onto the tiptoes, pressing the legs out into the band. Then exhale, keep that outward pressure as you lower the heels back down. Inhale, rising up. So this one's great for working to the feet and the calves, but also strengthening the ankles. And exhale, press down as you push out into the band. Inhale, rising up. Keeping that core stability, keeping the shoulders low. Exhale, pressing it down. And again, inhale, rising up. Now, if balance is something that you struggle with, and lots of people do, it does improve with practice, but it can also be a real challenge for some people, especially if you are in that injury recovery period. Take it down. Feel free to move over to a wall or a countertop or to have a chair beside you. And even just having one finger balancing will help you maintain your alignment and get more out of the exercise. So use whatever support that you need. Inhale, taking it up. Exhale, press out into the loop, taking it down. We'll do one more of these. Taking it up and exhale, take it down. Now this time, as you take it down, I'll turn around to the side. Keep that outward pressure and we're going to sink it back into a bit of a squat here. But it's as if you're sitting back into a chair behind you. Long lines with the spine. Breathing in and exhale, press out into the band as you just lift up. And exhale, sink it back. Weight is coming back into the heels. Keep the belly button drawing in, keep the chest raised. And coming back up. And sinking it down. Think about the tailbone reaching wide behind you. And then exhale, narrowing as you stand up tall. Now if you want, you can build the balance into this, so taking it back, weight behind you, then exhale, squeeze with the glutes, rising up. And then press the heels down, long lines with the spine as you take the weight back behind you. You want to make sure that the weight's not coming into the calves, that we're really taking it back into the heels. Coming up, rising up onto the tiptoes, finding that balance, keeping that control, send the weight back, and coming up. You can do as many of these as you want or as many sets as you want. We're going to take it back and we'll hold it back here, finding the alignment, and we'll just pulse. And at the same time as we're pulsing down, we're going to push out into the loop. Push and down, and down, down, and down. And we'll go 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, exhale, coming up. Taking the loop out, give the legs just a little bit of a shake. We'll take the band, or arms inside the band once more. Relax the shoulders, arms overhead. We'll have a nice little stretch out for the spine here, but also keep the upper body active. So we're going to take a breath in, and as you exhale, think about lifting up and out of your waist. So you're lengthening up without letting the shoulders creep up. Lift up and reach up and over to the far corner of the room. And I want you to think about planting the foot down. So if your top arm is your left arm, press the left foot down. So you've really got that stretch down the side of the body. Take a breath in, exhale, working from the core, reach long through the fingertips, bring it back up. Breathing in, lifting up out of the waist. So you're really giving the muscles as much room to work as you can. Pressing down, finding the length from the fingertips to the toes. Exhale, press the arms into the loop, bringing it back. And taking it up and over, finding that stretch, keeping the length on both sides of the body. You're keeping the arms straight without locking out the elbow joint. Press into the loop to bring it back. So we're really working into the upper body muscles, arms, back, and the shoulders, and taking it up. And exhale, let the out breath help you. One more to each side. Lift up out the waist, taking it over, exhale, reaching it back, last one, reaching up, planting the feet down, and exhale, taking the arms back down, give the shoulders a roll. We're going to do a couple more exercises here for the lower body muscles. And at this point, if you wanted, you could take your other bands. We're going to take one band just above the knees, so it's on the thighs. You could have the other one in your arms and be pressing apart there, so you're keeping the upper body active. That's an option. So we're just going to squat it down once more, taking the weight back behind you, belly button drawing in, just targeting slightly different muscles because of the placement of the loop, and coming up. Sink it down. Exhale, squeezing up. And we'll sink the weight back and come up. Press the hips all the way forward, sinking it down and back up. All the time having that outward pressure into the band. Exhale, press under the heels, squeeze the glutes before you move. We'll hold it on this one. And as you keep pushing it apart, we're going to open one arm out to the side, bring it back. Opposite arm, bring it back. Keep the weight back into the heels. Keep the outward pressure on the band, bringing it back. Keep the chest lifted, so you're beaming the chest to the front of the room. And open. Open, we'll go one more to each side, so we're just getting that opening across the chest, working to the back muscles, and then pulse out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now holding it there, relax the shoulder blades down your back, step to the side, together. Step, 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 step. So you're staying low, keep the belly button drawing in, but keep breathing, and step, 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 step. Good. Just a few more. You can always increase it. This is a nice easy one that targets those glute muscles, the outer thigh muscles. And we'll go one more to each side. Step and step. Breathe in. Exhale, squeeze it up. Give the legs a bit of a shake. Back down to just above the ankles again. This is a little bit of balance work. So standing tall. Think about a string lifting up through the crown of the head. Abs are engaged, soft bend in the knees. Now you're going to take one leg out front. So you're pushing into the band out front. And you can have your arms out to the side. You can have your hands on your hips, on fingertip on a countertop, on a table, on a chair, whatever helps you. Lift the leg out front. Side and lift. Back and lift. Take the leg to the side and lift. Front. Push into the loop. Now depending which strength of band, you might not have much movement here, but you'll definitely feel the muscles working. Try and think tall with the body. So you're working the leg, but you're keeping the length through the torso. Out to the side. You're also getting a lot of strength work through your standing leg. And out to the side. Take it back behind you, bit of a squeeze with the glute. Side, front, side, back, side, front, side, and back. Take the legs together, give them a bit of a shake, and we need to even up. So popping the band back into position. We'll stand tall, really reaching the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Soft bend in your standing leg once more. So you're finding the height. Take the leg out to the side and just think about lengthening the leg out the hip joint, hip socket, squeeze up. Take the leg front, side. Bit of a squeeze for the glute as you take it back. Side, front, out to the side. Think length, think height. Side, front, side, and back. Now I've got one of the stronger strength bands on here, so there's not much movement. You might be able to lift and push into your loop a lot more. Depends how much you want the muscles to be activating. Keep the abs engaged, keep the chest lifted, shoulders low, and back, side, front, side, and back. One more set, side, front, side, back, take it together. Give the legs a shake. Good. So now we'll come down onto the mat, coming onto your back, taking your loop with you. And we'll come into a bent leg position and finding your alignment here. So you want to think about being heavy, relaxing the jaw, the collarbone. Think about the ribs knitting together, funneling down towards the pelvis, just a little gap at the waistband. So you're not jamming the lower back into the mat. Feet and knees are in line with your sit bones. Now, if you find when you're doing chest raises that you're taking tension in your neck, this is where the band can act a little bit as a Pilates ring would do to give you support. So if you take the band and loop it around the big bony bit of your skull, and then take your hands inside the loop. So you're pressing hands inside the loop. Think about drawing the shoulders down away from the ear once more. We're going to take a breath in. Exhale, draw down the abdominals without letting the pelvis tilt. And exhale, push the head into the band as you lift up, looking just above the knees. Take a breath in and exhale, lowering it back down. Breathe in. Exhale, abs engage. Drawing down, looking just up above the knee and then lowering it back down with control. So we're taking all of the tension out of the neck and instead you're placing it into the triceps. You're getting the added bonus of a bit of a tricep workout. Exhale, lifting up and lowering down. And if you want, you can add in your knee floats, keeping the pelvis in neutral. And lower if you want to add on a bit. You can take one leg up, two legs up, and tap. You can hold the head up as you're tapping down, keeping the shoulders low, pressing the head back into the band, whereas otherwise you might have found that you were taking the tension in the neck here and you need to take it back down. You may well be able to hold it that little bit longer here, and tap, and go 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Place both feet down, lower the head and chest, and you can just hug the knees into the chest. So that's one use for your loop or your band. We're going to place the band around your feet, so around the feet rather than the toes, so it feels secure. You may have to play around with it to find the most stable position for you. Take your head in your hands. Again, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in. Exhale, option to lift the head and chest up. Again, think about pressing the head back into your hands. And bend one knee towards you as you reach other leg long. And exhale, swap. And swap. And swap. So you're almost having to do a little bit of an oval shape movement here to keep the band in position. And if you're needing to take your head and chest down, do so, but raise the legs a little bit further up and aim them towards the ceiling. If your head and chest is raised, you can take the legs out in a long diagonal. The lower you're taking the legs, the more challenging it is to maintain your neutral spine. So just work to where it feels good for you. And reach, and reach, and reach, and reach. Keep the abs drawing down, keep breathing. And we'll go 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees in. Have a little rest. Good. So, next movement, we'll take the band and we'll place it around above your thighs, pressing the legs out. And we'll float the arms up. Again, you can have the band, one of your other bands across the arms, so you're just keeping the upper body active as well. You could have your weighted wristbands on here, you can have your ankle bands on. Lots of different options. But you want to think about the shoulder blades lowering back down to the ground, keeping the pelvis in neutral, 90-degree angle, making sure that the thighs don't come too close to the chest. That makes it easy. We want to keep them at that 90-degree angle. We're going to inhale, push one leg out into the band away from the midline of the body. Take the arm with you. exhale, release back with control, and pushing out, and back, pushing it out. Now you're keeping the neck nice and long. We don't want the chin craning up. So you're imagining you've got soft peach between your chin and your chest that you're just trying to hold in position. So it's a slight double chin. So double chins are a good thing in this position. And push out, and push out. Now a little challenge for the mind here, because we want to keep the mind active as well. Mind and coordination. You're going to take one leg out away from the midline and the opposite arm. Bringing it back. Opposite leg and arm, pushing out. Opposite leg and arm. Opposite leg and arm, pushing out. And imagining a string from your tummy, drawing it back. Keep the shoulders low. Push out and push out. Just a couple more. Last one this side. Last one this side. Good. Hug the knees in. And we'll take it back into that tabletop position, finding your alignment, keeping nice long lengthened spine. So we don't want the rib cage popping open, flaring open to the ceiling. Think about drawing the lower ribs back down to the mat, so you're keeping everything long, rib cage knitting together. And you can either float the arms back up or have them by your side. We're just going to lower both legs away, keeping the outward pressure into the band, only going as far as you can go without the rib cage popping up, and draw it back. Taking it down and back. Take it down and back. Option, take the head and chest up, pressing the weight of the head back into the hands, and lower. If you want, you can lengthen the legs long, taking the band just above the ankles and lowering the legs all the way. What you're trying to do is think about lengthening the legs long towards the far side of the room. Exhale, bringing it back, but you're keeping your pelvis in a lengthened, neutral position. You're not allowing the ribcage to pop. If it's popping, don't take the legs quite as low. Let the strength build up. And lengthen and lower. And we'll just do two more. Lower the legs long. Exhale, back up, lowering them away. And hug the knees in. We're going to come into our bridge next. So taking your feet down in line with the sit bones, not too far away from you if you know you've got a tendency to cramp. The band is above the thighs. Inhale, tuck the pelvis under. Exhale, squeeze the glutes. Articulate the spine up, pressing the legs out into your band. Nice long line, shoulders, hips and knees. Breathe in and exhale, softening it back down one bone at a time. And again, articulating your way up, reaching the knees over the toes. Breath in and exhale, softening it back down, one bone at a time, all the way to the pelvis. Inhale and exhale, come up. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, hold it up there and we'll pulse out. And pulse out without letting your bridge drop. We're keeping the pelvis raised. Pulse out, pulse out, pulse out, and push, and push, and push. Now hold it out there and just squeeze the hips up towards the ceiling and squeeze. You can press it back, the arms down onto the ground to give you that extra support. Lift, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, exhale, softening it down. Good. We're coming back up. Inhale and exhale. It's an option. Listen to your spine. Squeeze the glute. Press down with the backs of the arms. Lift one leg up and walk the other leg. So it's a march. Your aim here is to keep your pelvis lifted and level. So as you lift one leg, you're not letting the pelvis drop to the other side. Strengthening the glutes, which keep the rest of, well, if the glutes are strong and doing their job, they should be taking the pressure off the rest of the body, minimizing lower back pain. And lift, and lift, and lift. Good. One more to each side. And squeeze back up to your full height, softening it down, hug the knees into the chest. We'll take it over onto your side for some sideline clam work. These are all just options. You can add in your own exercises. You can do a few rounds of this. It's entirely up to you. You can either be down here, just propping your head up in your hands, legs are bent, heels in line with the sit bones, or you can be on your forearm, taking your head in your hands. Either way, what you want to be doing is finding a lift underneath the body. So if you're here, you're lifting out of your shoulder. You're not sinking down, you're lifting up nice and tall. And with the ankles glued together, relax the shoulder blades, squeeze the knee up towards the legs. And squeeze. And squeeze, try and keep the pelvis facing front. And squeeze, squeeze, and squeeze. And squeeze. You're working into the hip joint here. You're working into there, but you're also working the glutes and the outer thighs. Now hold it up in a small pulse. Up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And push up. We'll have a counter stretch. Hold on to your ankle, belly button drawing in, and lift it up, palm up to the ceiling. Good. Evening up on the opposite side. So either taking it down, propping your head in your hands. Again, if you're here, you're still trying to lift and find the gap at the waistband, or propping yourself up onto your forearm, ankles glued together, long line, crown of the head to the tailbone, squeeze open, squeeze, squeeze, and squeeze, keeping your abs engaged. Keep breathing, squeezing up and open. Opening the knees, try and get the knee a little bit closer towards the lights each time. And then we'll hold and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And push up for your counter stretch. Belly button drawing in. Abs engaged, palm of the hand up to the ceiling. Well done. Taking the band away from your legs, we'll have it into your hands as you come down onto your front. So we'll do some back strengthening work now. So taking it to the forearms, just reach the arms out in front, legs are long behind you, finding alignment here, tuck the pelvis under, so your hip bones, pubic bone pressing into the mat. Again, think about the shoulder blades sliding low down your back. We're going to breathe in, and then exhale. Draw the tummy muscles up and hug them into your body. Reach long through the crown of the head, lifting up, and lift one arm. Lower it back down. And exhale, lift. And lift. And pushing out into the band so you can really feel the upper body muscles activating. They're involved. Lifting up. And lift, and lift. Now you can have one of your other bands just above the ankles as well, if you want to add in some work for the lower body. And lift, and lift, and lift. Now lift and hold. This way you can have either your weighted bands or the band around the ankles, and we'll press out, and press out, press out. Keep the abs drawing in, pressing out, and out. And we'll go 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Just rest the forehead down. We'll take the loop behind you. Take the arms back behind you as well. And I'll keep my head raised so you can hear me. You can place your head down on the mat or on a towel. Breathe in. Exhale, abs draw in again. Press down with the hip bones, with the pubic bone, and lifting up. Keeping the gaze down, reach the fingertips towards your toes and push out into your loop. So you're getting a lovely stretch across the chest here. Rest it down, head to one side. Breathing in and exhale, reaching up. Pushing out into the band and lower. If you want, you can build in the lower body. Inhale and exhale, reaching up. Squeezing the glutes, activating the hamstrings, finding that long dart or arrow position, lowering it down. Head alternating sides. Inhale, exhale, drawing up. Reach the fingers towards your toes and lower. Breathe in and exhale. Excellent. See if you can lift it just a little bit higher and relax. Last one, take a breath in and exhale, reaching up. Keep the abs drawing in, keep the outward pressure into the band. That's around the wrists and around the ankles if you have one there, and relax it down. We're going to push back into a rest pose. Inhale and exhale, push back. Keep the abs drawing in, hips over the heels, walk the hands away. And we'll take the hands to one side, sink the hips away from the hands, have a lovely stretch on that side of your body, and walk it round to the other side, sink the hips away from the hands on that side. Good. Coming up onto all fours for your cat and cow. Okay, you can have your hands here, breathing in, exhale, press down with the hands, press down with the knees to find the lift as you arch the spine up to the ceiling. And reverse it. Thinking about pushing the ceiling away with the back of your head. And exhale, drop the head down, tuck the pelvis, arching up and taking it away. And one more, exhale, really finding that lift and release, and just taking it as low as it's comfortable for you with your lower back, tabletop maybe enough. Okay, we'll take the hands just a little bit further forward and we'll take it into a kneeling push-up. So take a breath in and take the chest between the hands. So you're a nice long line, shoulders, hips and knees. You're lifting out your shoulders nice and strong, hugging the tummy muscles in. Now we're just going to bend the elbows, drawing the elbows directly behind you and push back up. Taking it down in one long line. So inhale, taking it down, exhale, abs engage, push up strong. Inhale, taking it down, exhale, push. And feel free to do a full push up here if you want. Alternatively, if this is too much, take it back into your box push up. Aiming the chest just slightly forward from the hands as you take the forearms back down towards the mat. Choosing the level that is working for you, taking it down, push back up. Take it down, keeping your head in alignment. We'll do two more and push, last one, and then sink it back, hips over the heels, taking a breath in and release. We will pop a band above your thighs and we'll work into the glutes and the hamstrings from a quadruped or all fours position. Hands below the hips. No, they're not. Your hands are below the shoulders, your knees are below the hips, so you've got that nice stable stance. And from here, just squeeze one leg up. Flex the foot, squeeze with the glute. Pushing into the band and push, keeping strong through the shoulders, abs drawing in. If you want a bit more of a challenge here, take it into your hover plank, so you can either have your hands directly below you, or if that's too much, if you're finding that your wrists are bothering you, you can make a fist. It can take the pressure off. Inhale, exhale, pushing up strong, and push up from here. And raise the heel up towards the ceiling. Staying strong through the shoulders, abs drawing in, squeezing up, squeeze, squeeze. And we'll go 4. You can do as many repetitions as you want, as many sets as you want. And last one, lowering it down. This time take your hands beside your feet, rest the head down. Allow yourself to relax, take a big breath in. Exhale, release. Another breath in and let it go. Finishing off with some plank work. Take the band down to just above the ankles. So we're going to take it down, and your option whether you're going to come into a full plank or a kneeling plank. So we'll extend one leg long, tuck the toes under, and the opposite leg. Now from here, you can lower the knees and hold your plank position, or you're up here, being careful that we don't want the hips hanging up in the air. They're down in a nice long line, hugging the tummy muscles in, beaming the chest forward. Now from here, tap one foot out and the other foot. Tap and tap, tap and tap, pressing out into the band. Tap and tap, long lines of the spine, shoulder blades low down your back, and tap, tap, tap. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees down, sink it down. You can take the palms up to the ceiling to have that extra stretch across the upper back and arms. Now these breaks are optional. You can carry on into the next exercise, or you can take advantage of them and give the muscles all that new oxygen to work with. We're going to take it back into a plank position. So inhale and exhale, taking it up. So you're almost tucking the pelvis under to keep that nice long line. You're going to extend one leg long, lifting it up, and lift the opposite leg. Lifting up and lift, lift, lift. Keep breathing. Shoulder blades are low. Lifting it up, lengthening the leg long. Long lines from the hip. Lift, 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 lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, pushing it back into your down dog. So your hips are high, aiming the heels towards the ground. You're aiming your chest towards your thighs. You can have your knees bent if straight is too much for you. And then just rise up onto the tiptoes and pad the heels down. One heel at a time. Lower the heels down, soften the knees, walk it back, and slowly trace a line up the back of your legs. Inhale, take it up, rise up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, draw the arms down. And again, inhale. And exhale, draw it down. Last time, inhale, rising up. Exhale, taking it down. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you make use of your bands. They really are just an excellent piece of all-round equipment. So handy just to pop in your bag. Follow the classes on Facebook if you enjoyed them. We have live classes. There's a library of workouts there as well. And there you go. You're done.